It is our mobile veggie patch. So the problem a lot of people have with growing a garden for fruits and vegetables is they say, I just don't have a space for it, right? I don't really know exactly where to put it. I really don't want to have to, I don't have room in my yard to, like, you know, plow out a tract of land and dig and deal with that, but I still want tomatoes. I'd love to grow herbs. I'd love to do lettuces, whatever. I'd love a trellis, so if I want to do plants that climb, herbs that climb, I want that as well. This is both of those. We start every year, we usually charge $86. I talked to the planners and I said, listen, I think the problem with this is, I think it's a little pricey. I think if it was down a little bit in price, people would do it. And you can grow flowers, you can grow peppers in here, you could grow tomatoes, you could grow basil, cilantro, get yourself some spray and grow. That's coming up in the next hour to make everything grow. But this is the unit itself. You have a huge basin at the bottom, all right? But remember, it is portable. You can roll this thing and move it and slide it very easily. The bottom of this holds 10 gallons of soil. Plenty of soil for any garden that you want. And remember, we have the trellis pieces so that it'll climb up as it goes. So your tomatoes don't need to be posted here. They'll grow right up against the trellis. Okay, it holds 3 gallons of extra water. What does that mean? You're not out there watering a dang thing every day. It has a reservoir underneath which will draw the water up into the soil, into the roots, so that you don't have to water this thing every single day. If you go away for a week, you got plenty of water. You got 3 gallons of water in there. Tom Wise is standing by. He's gonna take you on a little tour of how it works. But Tom, for anybody that ever wanted a garden but doesn't have the space, here it is right here.
You know, Guy, a lot of times you're limited because if you got space, you're living in a condo, you've got a small apartment, you'd love to have a little bit of a garden, but you just never saw anything that would accommodate that. This is perfect. This is the entire self-watering mobile veggie patch, and you talked about it. We're putting it in a lot of dirt. So now you can do your beets and your potatoes. You can also do flowers. You can start plants in here, keep it inside, and then roll it outside. If it's cold outside, get it inside, get it in the garage, get it inside the house if you want, and then roll it outside and put it in the sun. You can also track the sun. Maybe it's more sun, less sun. Put this exactly where you want to have it. And the watering is the key. You don't want to stress your plants out by overwatering or underwatering.
Right.
This waters automatically. You've got this amazing system. You've got this huge bucket in here. And you notice I got 2 holes, one hole on this side and one hole on this side. What the heck would you have a hole in the bucket for? Well, this technology, Guy, is all the dirt and the plants rest on this tray. And the tray has about a 3.5-inch leg on it, and that raises it above the bottom, and then this fills with water. This all fills with water. You put the water inside here. That matches up with the holes on the veggie patch. That matches up. So you just fill this up till it's filled with water. Then you stop and just let Mother Nature take its toll. The roots will penetrate here. The roots will penetrate and then start wicking up the water. All done automatically. It's amazing. You're going to get beautiful, beautiful plants and vegetables.
I just think it's brilliant. It offers an opportunity for people out there, Tom, who could never have a garden before. It gives them a chance to have a garden. And I mean, in a garden, right now I'm doing all flowers. A couple years ago, I did tomatoes, and I will tell you, it was so rewarding, because with tomatoes and, fruits and vegetables, Tom, you invest a little bit more because, they're not just flowers, right? They need a little bit of care. But the problem is you don't have a place. It's not so much that you don't want to do it, because everybody wants to get out and see how their tomatoes are growing. Everybody wants to go out and harvest their peppers or whatever it is they're harvesting. They love that part. Is there anything on this earth better than walking outside onto your porch or patio or balcony and pulling a salad out of a bucket? Right?
It's amazing.
It is the most amazing thing. You can have lettuces in here. You control it because it's out on your patio or deck, right? If you live in an apartment or a condo, a lot of those, you don't have a community garden, you can have your own garden right there for $69. We lowered the price by, what was it, 86? So we dropped about, $15 off the price. Oh, real quick, you want to get this for $29.95? We'll change that price. $40 with a brand new HSN credit card. $40 off. So now you can have that garden you've always wanted. And Tom, how many left? Okay, so we started the show, we had 1,000. They're already half gone. All right, I'm down to 530 of these remaining if you want to get it. Very easy to use, Tom. As we said, get your soil, get your seeds or your plants. I would use plants, especially with tomatoes, right? And just plant away. You could do tomatoes, lettuce, peppers, all in one garden. And just walk out on your deck.
Absolutely.
Like no grocery bill, right? For your salad.
I mean, you could grow something that had a trellis with it, you know, like a sweet pea or a snap pea or something that had a little bit of a trellis. Then you could also maybe plant sweet potatoes or onions or carrots on the bottom side. You've got a big, deep bucket. The first time I planted sweet potatoes, I was amazed. I'm like, nothing's happening. Oh, yeah? How about digging up a little bit? Oh, my gosh, it's potato after potato after potato. You can make that happen in your house. Now, what we're talking about, what makes this key, is the fact that it's portable. So you're not limited to one particular space. You've got a handle on this side, Guy, and then you've got wheels on the bottom. So you can pull it up and then wheel it to where the best space is. It's got amazing leverage, so it's nice and easy to do that. If you're just gonna go with potatoes and onions and carrots, you don't have to put up the trellis. But if you're doing something that has a vine on it, like a tomato, or maybe like a pea, you put up the trellis, and then you can add to the trellis 1, 2, 3 sections as necessary. And this bottom here, let me just show you exactly how this works. The bottom is, this just simply goes into position on the bottom, and that elevates the dirt off the watering part of the container. And then you put your water with maybe you put your water with a little bit of your growing solution in here, mix it up. So, and then the vegetables or the flowers or the plants will go ahead and get the water as necessary, even if you're on vacation. It's really a marvelous system.
Look at how beautiful this is, and we'll show you. There it is. Those are the wheels. And that's a great point, because on my deck, and you all have seen my, my house, because I do a couple garden shows there. I've done them. You see, I only get sun for about 4.5 to 5 hours a day on the deck. So there are plants that I like to move around, and you know, when you've got tomatoes and certain fruits and veggies, they love a lot of sun. And they'll be happy with 4 to 5, 6 hours a day. But if you do have to move it on your deck, that's no big deal. Just take your foot and push it, right, over to the other side. That's a really, really nice feature, because a lot of people don't, like I said, or they have a yard, but their yard's full of trees. They got no place to put a garden unless they cut a tree down.
Right.
Nobody wants to do that. And by the way, if you just want to have a little flower garden, how pretty is that? Heck, you could even put your nasturtiums and some of your edible flowers in there as well. But the point is, everybody should garden for fruits and vegetables. You should try it once. I know a lot of you do flowers. I have no issue with that. I'm mostly flower guy, just because with my busy schedule, I have a little more time now. You know, flowers are a little bit easier, but I got to tell you, fruits and vegetables are way more rewarding. I love taking basil, you know, off my, because I still grow basil. I love taking that and putting it inside and putting it on pizza and pasta and all this stuff, because it's like, I grew it myself. There is nothing, I would say, more rewarding than doing things like tomatoes. I used to love, when my dad was around years ago back in Connecticut, he would do squash. The guy had rhubarb, corn, he was growing beans, zucchini, he was growing everything out there, all right? And he was up in New England, you know, where it's cold a lot of the year, but he was having great results. All right, I just got an update. We have about 450 remaining. If you want to get it, we got 2 minutes left. So here it is. We just have, we have the whole trellis set up. We've got tomato plants in here that are, you know, been in here for a little bit. See, they're about 1.5 feet tall. They're getting their yellow flowers, and the flowers, remember, always precede the tomatoes. That's how they pollinate each other. This can grow as tall as we need. And you know, tomato plants will get about that tall. And I love, Tom, that it's tall enough for all the different things I want to grow.
Absolutely, you can do peas. You can even grow roses if you want. You can grow ivy if you want. The key, I think, of this, Guy, plants used to come to my house to die because I would overwater them or underwater them, and you're stressing the plant out when you're doing that. Here, it's an automatic system. All you do is make sure that the bottom of the reservoir is filled with water, and then let the plant go and get the water that it wants, and it's not going to overwater itself. And as long as you do that, you're going to get perfect plants every single time. And as you pointed out, you can even take a couple of days off, go on vacation, come back, because you've got that huge reservoir you're feeding your plants.
Yeah. All right. We have about 400 left, so this is en route to sell out if you want to get it. Listen, it's an opportunity for you to have a garden where you never thought you could. All right. And if you live in an apartment, if you live in a condo, if you live in a place that, you know, where you're not even allowed to have a garden, use your balcony, use your deck. Remember, you can move this around. As long as you get a few hours of sun every day, you should be absolutely fine. But what I love about it is it gives you an opportunity to make your own, grow your own food. And, you know, Tom, especially nowadays, with the price of gasoline, People are making less trips to the grocery store. If you don't have to go to the grocery store for lettuce or for tomatoes, I'm a salad a day guy. I love salads. We have them almost every day. This is a way to grow your salad right there, right on your back porch, and so much fun. So get it home. It's only $69.95, less than $400 now as we're getting ready to sell this out, but I would stay online, get it. Look at how much fun. I mean, you know, when you bring that in and you rinse off your lettuces, isn't it the greatest feeling, Tom?
There's nothing like it. I've grown tomatoes. I've grown jalapeno peppers, sweet peppers. It's absolutely amazing. You know, a lot of times grocery stores sell plants and vegetables because they look great, but no, yours are going to taste amazing.
Yeah, that's the big deal. I think that's the difference. And I think I said it with tomatoes. There is nothing you're ever going to get in a store, ever, okay, that is going to be as good as the tomato you grow. Remember, a tomato, once you pick it off the vine, you don't want it to sit. You want to eat that thing within a day, because what happens is the innate sugars that are in there that are feeding, you know, that tomato, as soon as it stops drawing from the ground, it starts burning through that sugar, it's the same with corn on the cob. If corn sits for a while, not sweet, got to eat that stuff pretty quick. There's no quicker than walking out on your deck. All right, Tom, you are my big pick in the next hour. We got the pruder, baby, and you and I love the pruder. So I'll see you in a little bit.
Excellent. Thanks, guy.
All right, buddy. All right. Hey, don't forget you can go to hsn.com anytime. We got tons and tons of stuff there that we don't have time to air. We don't have enough quantity. But if you're looking for something, simply type in a search word. We have the best deals. Look, we got the runway stuff. So if you're into fashion or if you want to clean something, we've got it all right there at hsn.com. So make sure you check it out. We're going to step away for a sec. So we'll be right back, Facebook friends. Don't worry. We'll be back right after this.